Wake me when the show starts.
It's already been on a while.
Wake me when it's over.
He's actually gone. Will we ever forget him?
Who?
You know, what's his name?
A world of wonder, where fantastical music machines provide the soundtrack for a tantalizing stroll through history. Vintage automobiles and memorabilia stimulate the senses around every chromed curve and corner. This is Inside Stahls. Our four-wheeled friends make a wonderful audience, and how lucky are they to be treated to the musical menagerie that exists here at Stahls Motors and Music. And more often than not, the star of the show happens to be this 1920 Gaudin Dance Hall Organ. Gaudin started business in the 1830s, and at one time was the second largest organ producer in the world. This Gaudin, built in 1920 for a dance hall in Belgium, happens to be the largest in the world. Dance hall organs were usually used indoors, but many organs of the time were featured at fairgrounds and traveling shows. Some were used by companies that showed motion pictures, while others would play concerts in town squares, attracting visitors from miles around. This particular Gaudin was discovered in England several years ago. It was in relatively good shape, but unfortunately had fallen victim to moisture damage. It was eventually brought to world-renowned organ expert Johnny Verbeek. He not only gave it a tune-up, he provided some serious upgrades. The scale was increased to 125 keys, and 12 massive bronze church bells were added, the largest of which weighs 600 pounds. That's a whole lot of ding-dong. Packed with 1,200 pipes, the Gaudin hits all the right notes with 22 registers, 12 notes for bass, 12 for accompaniment, 32 for melody, and 25 for counter-melody. But how does it all work? For that, we need to take you behind the curtain to meet the wizard. And there he is. Trey, you're the wizard?
Yes, I am.
Oh, can you show us how the Gaudin Gaudins?
Well, yes, I can. This Gaudin Dance Hall Organ is powered by air and wind through the wood and metal pipes. And the memory and the brain of the machine is this tracker bar right here. So when the machine is running and you have this spring-loaded tracker bar across here, these rollers push the cardboard book over to this side, and as it feeds the song through, it folds the book neatly over here. So once you have this clamp closed and you run the machine, you have until the song finishes with no input from you back here. But this machine actually physically clamps down this book so hard that when it comes across here, you have these little metal fingers that poke through each of the holes in the paper like that. And that is how it reads the book. So when I clamp a cardboard book like this down, make sure I line it up at the back there. When I clamp it down and then hit play, we will hear the music. So the entire machine is pneumatic. The pneumatics power everything, but also control all the logic of the machine. So each one of these, which are labeled here, correspond to a set of pipes that simulate a set of instruments. So piccolo, flute, violin, viola, that sort of thing. And when you see these move when it's playing, that's how you know that specific instrument is being called to play by the tracker bar here. There will be a section that is melody, and they are kind of clearly some sort of melody the way they're shaped here. And percussion usually has this look to it. But there are also perforations that are the logic of the machine. So they might tell the machine, add this instrument to the melody, but the melody itself will still be in a different section of the paper. And that's how you get a machine with so many different instruments all playing at the same time, even though the tracker bar here and the size of the book doesn't change when the machines get bigger or smaller. The wizard has spoken.
So that's what puts the go in Gaudin, but what about these dudes? They're 9 feet tall, and there's 4 of them. I mean, look at those golden tans. If you don't mind me asking, what do you do for the ab workout? Abs of steel. Let me guess, Mediterranean diet? I couldn't get much out of those guys. But you know what? They're not alone. The Gaudin is ordained with all kinds of creatures. Fine feathered friends, dragons, lions, and whatever the heck that is. Wait, is that the bluefish? You know what? It's kind of like one of those highlight picture puzzles. Can you circle the mermaid? Yeah, take a good look. You're getting warmer. No, I'm just kidding. There's no mermaid. Oh. From the music it makes to its striking stature, this one-of-a-kind Gaudin Dance Hall organ could only reside here at Stahls Motors and Music. It's the perfect place for it to be surrounded by an adoring audience and looking and sounding even better than it did 100 years ago. We should all be so lucky.